During the American Revolution, many battles and encampments took place in New Jersey. During the winter of 1778 to 79, Henry Knox, one of General George Washington's closest confidants and a member of his senior staff, spent the winter at the Jacobus Vanderveer House here in Bedminster. In December of 1776, George Washington had submitted a plan to the Continental Congress that was written by Henry Knox to develop a cantonment or a military training academy. The Continental Congress had failed to approve this. During the winter of 1778, while staying at the Jacobus Vanderveer House, Henry Knox was given orders by George Washington to build the Pluckemin Cantonment, a military training academy in the nearby Watchung Mountains in the Pluckemin area of Bedminster. The academy, the cantonment, would house the men that were under the command of Henry Knox. The Pluckemin Cantonment was a formal officer and artillery training camp, the first such one created in the United States, and a precursor to West Point. It was built 23 years prior to West Point, which was established in 1802. The cantonment included training facilities, the academy, for officers and for artillery. It also included stables for horses, storage rooms, barracks, and also facilities for armorers and artificers. Artificers were craftsmen who did woodworking and leatherwork, repairing wagons, and the armorers did metal work, working on the cannons and the firearms. In addition, the cantonment was a site of the French Alliance Ball, celebrated in February of 1779. This was a celebration of the alliance that France made with the Continental Army to help the Continental Army in the war against England. Most of the cantonment at this time has been lost to history. It's just an archaeologic site that's not accessible. However, line drawings, records from troops who stayed there, all still remain, as well as architectural records from excavations and explorations, which were undertaken beginning in 1916. All of these materials that remained, the records from troops such as Lamb's artillery that stayed there, the line drawings, and all of the excavations were used to help construct a model of the Pluckemin Cantonment, which now resides at the Jacobus Vanderveer House. When looking at our cantonment model, you can see that the cantonment was an inverted E or an M-type shape. Along the left-hand side were barracks for the soldiers, the troops. One of these has been left open so that you can see inside what the barrack would have looked like. Along the right-hand side are the storage sheds and stables for horses. Across the top, on the left-hand side, are the barracks for the officers. On the right-hand side are the sheds to work in from the artificers and the armorers. In the middle is a very important academy building. If you look inside, you can see tables and chairs where they would have had classes. We know that George Washington visited the cantonment, and you can see him in our model. He's there just to the left of the academy building on his white horse, being greeted by Henry Knox, who's got his sword up in the air.